Well, let me just say, hold on. Well, let me just say, to start with, I traded in Marvel vs. Capcom 4, which they called it Infinite, which in Asian culture, again, in my last video I said number 4 in Asian culture is an unlucky number. Let me just state that fact first, which applies to this too. Same goes for Naruto. Same goes for Onimusha 4, Dawn of Dreams. With the exception of Devil May Cry 4. I know people didn't like it, but I did. I liked 1, 2. Let me go. I liked 1. I loved 1. I liked 2. I loved 3. And I liked 4. Which doesn't bode well for Onimusha 4 or Marvel vs. Capcom 4 / Infinite. Marvel vs. Capcom 4 has to be the heart. Again, what is up with games being... I understand being hard and being somewhat easier in the other ways of doing things, but the same goes for number 2 in Marvel vs. Capcom. It's just like number 2. I mean, number 2 is hard. That's why I didn't play it. I love number 1 because they had more characters that I actually like using, like Wolverine, Jin, Venom, Spider-Man, Gambit, and all those guys. The characters that were in number 2, they had more characters in number 2, but that game was hard, so I didn't bother playing it. Number 3, again, I'll state the obvious. Number 1 and number 3 have to be my most favorite games ever when it comes to Marvel vs. Capcom series ever. And because you got X-23, you got Iron Man, and for the first time ever in Marvel vs. Capcom history, you could play the other side of the story as the evil bad guy, as Galactus, aka the first game, Onslaught. But number 4, I'm off trailing a little bit again, but you couldn't play as Onslaught in the first one, which didn't bother me as much, but I don't know why number 4 was such a bothersome game to me. I know exactly why it's a bothersome game to me, because Disney owns the rights to Marvel, which kills the chance of X-Men ever appearing, ever. I mean, this is why, if I was ever in charge of kind of that gaming thing, again, if I was in charge of Marvel or Capcom or whatever company I prefer, I would make deals with Fox and say, can I get you guys on board with this game? Because for me, Wolverine and X-23 are my people, are important characters to me. Even the Hulk. I mean, the only character now I could actually use in Marvel vs. Capcom 4 is the Hulk. That's it. I can't use Dante because they broke him because of the new combat layout. I can't use the I can use all their special moves, almost all of them, but I can't transform into Dante's demon form ever again, because, I don't know, when they made Marvel vs. Capcom 4, they made it hard to do everything. I mean, now a special move for different levels are much harder to execute. There's no, and that's why I'm like thinking to myself, I gradually paid $200 just because of the statues and Marvel vs. Capcom just because of the name. I guess when Disney owns the rights to everything, which they ruined the whole franchise. I mean, I like Iron Man. He was one of my main guys. Dante was one of my main guys. But where's, in the original game, what was it? Of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, there was Trish, there was, I think Virgil was in the original too. Virgil was in it. I don't think the Capcom characters are represented well in Marvel vs. Capcom 4. I don't think so. Even in, out of all the characters, why is Haggart in Zangief's place in the Street Fighter franchise? I don't understand that. Zangief hasn't been in 2 different iterations of the game, ever. He's only been in number 1 and number 2, I think. But not in the other 2 games. I don't know why they switched out Zangief for Haggart. Because Zangief, to me, as a Street Fighter character, is much better than Haggart is. I don't understand that. Out of all the Street Fighter, out of all the characters you get rid of Zangief for Haggart. And Haggart, to me, is a waste of time. Out of all the Capcom characters. Or is he Marvel? I don't know. Out of all those characters, I would have never got rid of Zangief for Haggart. I miss Jin from the first game. I miss him a lot because I used him a lot because of his special move set and his armor kind of aspect to his move set too. I liked using him a lot when the first game came out. But ever since Disney owns the rights to Marvel, they ruined this game. They ruined this game by not putting in Wolverine, by not putting X-23 in, by not putting what's his name? I hope in the next DLC update, eventually, in some way or form, they need to put in Carnage. Out of every character in Marvel franchise history, I want to see a Carnage character. And what is it? What's his name? They traded in Wolverine for what's his name? That's the stupid vampire, the demon vampire king thing. He got traded up for Wolverine, and he has the same exact looking moveset that Wolverine does when he does his special moves. I mean, okay. I was like looking at it. Really? You traded in Wolverine for this guy? When he looks like he has the same movesets as Wolverine? I mean, out of all those characters, Wolverine got replaced because Disney owns the rights to Marvel. Come on. Who does that? I mean, Marvel even promised us Black Panther, but he's not coming out until the 20th. I mean, at least, DC gave the DC fans Brainiac as DLC when it first came out. As DLC downloadable content, but I was hoping for Black Panther. I was hoping for all these other characters to come out before anything else. I was rather hoping for Black Panther before. I would rather trade up Black Panther for Haggard. I hope what's his name doesn't come into the series. I hope Ace Attorney guy doesn't come out, because if you look at Capcom's team of characters in comparison to Marvel's team, Marvel has the stronger team because you got Doctor Strange, you got Spider-Man, you got Iron Man, and who do you got on you got the Hulk, you got all the stronger characters on the Marvel side than you do on the Capcom side. I mean, Capcom, there needs to be more love for Capcom, because Capcom doesn't have that strong of a character base, at least not yet. There was Mega Man X, which they broke him in the game. They broke all my main characters that I actually use in the game from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They broke everybody, including the Hulk. They broke Dante. I mean, I was hoping for Virgil too. I mean, but Virgil's not in there yet. I wonder, wait, was he in the original version of the game? Yeah, I believe he was, but they only brought Dante in. And yet, the game is so unbalanced that when I'm playing it, when I'm trying to execute special moves in that game, I'm getting creamed. I don't even know how to execute special moves anymore. The only person I know how to use is the Hulk, the Green Man. I know how to use their special moves, but I don't know how to use their ultimate special moves anymore. Their ultra special moves, or whatever they're called now. Because I don't even change the bar schematics down to level 1 or level 3 anymore. It just stays on level 4. If I upgrade it to level 4, it doesn't go back down to level 1 if I do that. And the only person I know how to do that with is the Hulk. That's it. Everybody else I suck with. I mean, when I'm looking at Capcom's lineup for characters that they needed to put in, I would have put in Trish, I would have put in Virgil. And the story's only about, what? Again, you could beat it in about 4 hours, or even less, because you could skip all the cutscenes in that game. And honestly, to me, if I'm looking at Marvel vs. Capcom 4, if you didn't want it streamable as a game for the story mode, why did Marvel and Capcom even bother putting an actual story mode in the game? I don't understand. If you guys didn't want it, again, I'll state the obvious. Same with Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. If you guys didn't want us to stream it on YouTube or whatever channel you use, like Twitch or anything like that, why do you guys even bother having it streamable then? I mean, I don't understand why game developers do that. If you guys didn't want us to stream the story, why even bother putting a story mode in it? I mean, the only reason why I play games now is to stream. That's it. I don't do it for any other particular reason anymore. Because games are not fun if I don't stream it for any particular reason. I don't do it for anything other than streaming. Other than that, even when I accidentally hit the... What I hate about Marvel vs. Capcom 4 is even when I accidentally stream something on accident, when I accidentally hit just the story clip on accident or whatever, like any part of the story mode part of it, it ends my stream recording thing. I don't know why it does that, but it just ends it. So I have to make sure to re-upload and do all that stuff, just because I accidentally hit it. But that's just stupid. I mean, if you guys didn't want us to stream anything for Marvel vs. Capcom 4, why even bother having a story mode? I mean, that's besides the point of streaming. Street Fighter, honestly, in my opinion, had the better story mode in comparison to Marvel vs. Capcom 4. I mean, Street Fighter 3/4 -4, which is 5, or yeah, Street Fighter 5, which is Street Fighter 3 in a nutshell, had the better story mode to begin with. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, when I'm looking at comparisons to Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, they all had their good stories, but Marvel vs. Capcom, they had the biggest opportunity to amaze people with their story mode. I mean, but it was just I beat it under, what, 6 hours? Or I beat it under like 4 hours, if that was the case. Because I was like, that's it? That's all there was? I mean, for a fighting game which had a story mode, Street Fighter 5 had the better story mode of Mortal Kombat 10 and what's it called? Marvel vs. Capcom 4, which I'm talking about right now. And I haven't seen Gambit in a game in a while. Since, what is it? Marvel vs. Capcom, the original. I haven't seen him since the first one. But we'll probably never see X-Men characters ever again in Marvel vs. Capcom, because Disney owns the rights to Marvel vs. Capcom, or they own the rights to Marvel, which then, honestly, to me, Marvel doesn't live without the X-Men, or Iron Man, or Spider-Man. But I'm not the actual owner of that gaming series. But if I was, I would actually plead with all the Marvel connoisseurs of all the franchises which are part of the Marvel series, and say to all of them, you guys need to join me, because I need more characters. That's how I look at it. Like, I would even ask the guy who owns Spawn to join the Marvel game, because I love that Spawn movie, the original. So, but I wonder if he will ever be on board, because those characters in the Marvel section of the franchise suck. Most of them suck. And honestly, Capcom needs to trade out Haggard for Zangief immediately. They need to get rid of Haggard. I don't know why he's even bothered. No wonder this game sucks, because you guys didn't even bother putting in Zangief instead of Haggard. You put in Haggard instead of Zangief. So I'm like looking at it like, why is he in this game also? But because Capcom had a better game in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 I don't mind Haggard, but as balance goes for character-wise, Capcom has the worst lineup ever. Because they put in... Oh wait, his name is Jeddah. That's right. No wonder I forgot his name, because he plays like Wolverine does. King Jeddah from Vampire, whatever it's called. I never played the game. But they replaced Jeddah with... They replaced Wolverine with Jeddah. I don't understand that. That's not logical to me. X-23 was my replacement for Wolverine. Between Wolverine and X-23, I picked X-23. Out of my 3 characters. But now, Marvel vs. Capcom 4, based on how hard the story mode was, they should have actually put 4 characters to use at the same time. Not 3, not 2. I mean, you could double team characters, but you went from 3 to 2. I don't understand that. You downgraded every character that made Marvel vs. Capcom 3 better than number 4. I mean, that's just how I view it. I mean, and I would have to rate Marvel vs. Capcom 4, aka Infinite, a 2. Based on difficulty level, based on gameplay enjoyment, I didn't enjoy myself like I did for number 3 or number 1 or even number 2 for that matter. I did not enjoy myself when I was playing that game. I mean, I guess I'll state this again. In Asian culture, number 4 is an unlucky number. I mean, who knows what characters will come out for the next season 2 of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Because right now, they're just crappy characters. I mean, you got Dante, which is my man. You got you don't even got Virgil in the game. I mean, or Trish. I used her a lot too. I mean, my team for Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was the Hulk, Dante, and X-23 or Wolverine or Iron Man. But all my characters are broken except for the Hulk. I don't understand why this game was ever even made. I mean, this game was made strictly because I think they wanted to make this game. They wanted people to forget that Disney owns the rights to Marvel, but if that was the case, they should have actually made characters available right off the bat, like Black Panther, which I don't understand why he's not in it yet, which I have to wait until the 20th, but I don't have the game anymore because I thought it was too... Honestly, based on the gameplay, it's only fun for about the first 4 hours. After that, you're done with it. I'm like, when I was playing it, because I beat it within like 6 hours, 8 hours for me because I'm disabled, so it takes me a little longer to beat games. And plus I couldn't record any of the story mode, which I don't understand. Again, I'll state the obvious. If you guys didn't want us to record it, Marvel and Capcom, then why even bother putting that function in it for the actual battles that we face online. I mean, every time we exit a battle online, it goes back to the story mode screen on accident. I mean, that's the only reason why I play games now, is to stream. Otherwise, there's no reason for me to stream anything, or or even buy a PS4. I mean, I don't even understand why this game was even. I like the Marvel series, but I like the Marvel franchise, but only because when Disney didn't own it, they didn't ruin it. They didn't throw it. They didn't burn it to the ground. But now I'm looking at the Marvel series like, what is this? Why? Honestly, in this Marvel Infinite game, they need to put in games that I actually like using from the Capcom series. Like, what's his name? Samanosuke. That could balance out the travesty that is the lineup for Capcom series. They need to balance it more with more powerful characters on the Capcom side. Samanosuke could be that character that balances out the weakness that is Capcom right now. I mean, when I'm looking at comparison to what they have on the Marvel side in comparison to the Capcom side, it's totally out of whack. You got Iron Man, Hulk, you got, you got Thanos, you got Ultron, which I don't understand why they have the same moveset, almost. I mean, yeah, just those two characters alone will unbalance the Capcom side of things. I mean, of course you got Dante, of course, and that's the only character that's worth playing on that side. I mean, when I pick that game up again, when I buy it again, just to play it again, if I ever do, I hope they put in Samanosuke and Kechi from Onimusha 1. Wait, from Onimusha 3. I hope they put in what's another Capcom character that they could actually utilize? What's another Capcom game that I played? They could put back in Virgil. I mean, they could put in Zangief from that. What else? What other characters do I use in Street Fighter? Oh, to make it fair, to make it godlike, they should put in Gil from Street Fighter 5, which is actually Street Fighter 3, to make it balanced, because you got Ultron being a usable character, you got Thanos, which he is a god, practically enough to be a god, so they should put in Gil from Street Fighter. That will make it fair, I think. I think they should put in, or they should put in Akuma. That would be nice too. But still, that's if I was in charge of Capcom or Marvel. I would put in all those characters to make it balanced. If I'm looking at the balancedivity, I would put in Carnage from the Marvel side of things if I had my way. I wonder if Venom's ever gonna appear again, because the last time I saw his face was number 1? Number 1 or number 2. But Carnage needs to be in it. That would be nice. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind playing as Silver Surfer as a character. Somebody. But let's see. What else? But Samanosuke Akechi would be my main guy if he was in the game, because I like that. I liked Onimusha's series. I'll play it again if they re-released it on PS4. I would definitely play that series again. Except for Dawn of Dreams, I'll play it, but I won't enjoy myself. I won't. Because I miss Zangief too, or Metal Zangief for that matter. Let's see. They put in Ghost Rider, which I don't. Then they might as well put Mephisto or whatever his name is. Yeah, they might as well put his ugly face in it too. I mean, but I still miss X-23 Phoenix because Carol Danvers, who plays aka Captain Marvel, I prefer Miss Marvel because it sounds better. But Carol Danvers is a ripoff of Phoenix. That's what that basically is. Like, to replace Phoenix, you put in Carol Danvers. Otherwise, if Phoenix was in it, they would never bother putting Carol Danvers in it. AKA Miss Marvel, AKA Captain Marvel, AKA... I think she is the most... Out of all the characters that were brand new to the game, I think Miss Marvel was underblown. I think she's underappreciated as a character. And she's the most... I thought she was going to be very powerful, but in comparison to the story mode, she's actually not that useful in the final fight against Ultron, Sigma, aka MODOK, hybrid form. She's actually not that useful, I don't think. Because it took me, an hour to try to figure out what I was doing wrong. MODOK, aka Ultron, was super difficult for me to use because I was like thinking, he's hard to beat. I was like, if Wolverine was in it or X-23 was in it, I don't think I would have that much of a difficulty. Or if I could use Thanos or somebody else, or even Iron Man, or with a lot of projectiles as a character, I don't have that much difficulty. But because I'm using Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel, and Dante as the final fight in that game, it makes it that much more difficult for me, even if I lower it to a difficulty. I lowered the difficulty setting for that because that game is very hard. I mean, I don't like playing it. I tolerate Captain America as a playable character. I don't like him in the movies though, because to me, Chris Evans will always be Human Torch to me, aka Johnny Storm. And that's my mind because but for me, I've noticed my character that I actually know how to use for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is only the Hulk. Everybody else I suck with because I don't know how to execute all their ultimates anymore because they made it that much harder. They have a simple button, but that doesn't lower any of the special move bar button. I noticed that when I was playing it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be, how am I gonna do this? I was getting stuck. It was like that. I was like, playing it, really? I can't do any of the special moves. No! But when I do pick it up again, I hope they have a lot more characters. I'll pick it up probably sometime within 6 months later if I really want it again. But right now, I'll never touch Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite ever again. But it was a waste of it was 8 hours wasted that I will never get back. At least 8 hours. Yeah, 8 hours. Yeah. And I would rate the game for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite a 3. Based on difficulty, based on everything, based on story mode, based on every time I accidentally hit the story mode, not intentionally, it would cut my streaming off. So I should have bothered picking up NBA 2K18 rather than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. At least I don't think that would bore me as much as this game did. So I'll consider it later on. But at this point, I don't know what to do anymore because I beat all 4 of these games already. I might as well play Final Fantasy again because I never actually beat Final Fantasy 15 yet, so maybe later I'll probably play that again. But for some reason 15 is not fast enough for me to play. I'm used to turn-based, I'm used to walking around, but I'm used to turn-based. Not sort of real-time kind of for Final Fantasy. But I don't know what to play anymore. Or maybe I'll probably play DMC4. Yeah, maybe I'll stream that because I've never streamed that before, so maybe I'll do that because I'm bored. So, well, yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll see. I'm gonna end my stream now, so I don't know what I want to do now. Yeah.
Text to speech unavailable here. Text to speech unavailable here.